In today's video, we're going into your inner power and different components of what makes up your inner power. Like, what does it mean? When you think about inner power, what does that actually look like in yourself? So this week, our theme is around inner power and connecting with that inner power in yourself and starting to become aware of what that means. So I thought today in this video, we would go into some of the different components that actually make up what is inner power in ourself. So I'll go ahead and jump in. And the first one is your self-belief, your confidence, your self-worth. Like, how do you see yourself? Like, what are the beliefs and stories that you're telling around yourself? And then how is that presented to others? And when you build up your worth, your knowing of who you are, knowing that inside of you, that you are intrinsically worthy and you understand and you see that in yourself, that's when the confidence comes through. Like, that's when you start to present to others that you have this air of confidence about you, when actually the way I see it is kind of that it's like, well, you just know who you are. You know this voice in yourself and you listen to that rather than the external factors around you. And then that builds up a confidence in yourself. And the next on the list of what is your inner power is an emotional resilience, which I've talked about emotional intelligence and awareness to your emotions in previous videos, and I'll put the links in the dialog box below. And it really is gaining this emotional resilience. And when I say resilience, it's knowing that you don't just react and you can keep a calm about you when things are crazy, or you just have a presence and awareness to your own emotions. And then the next one is your authenticity. Are you listening to yourself and being true to yourself, or are you listening to external factors? Like, when I say listening to external factors, I know for myself, I in the past would go along with the group and just do what everyone wanted. And I thought, oh, I'm easygoing. Yes, I am relaxed. I go with the group because I wanted to fit in with the group. But then I was never truly satisfied or never truly happy because I wasn't voicing really what I wanted or speaking up for things that really were true in myself. So when I talk about authenticity, it's stepping into a place in yourself of knowing where you are, what you want, these things that you enjoy and love doing, and then being able to voice it and being able to express it with the group or people around you and still feeling like you belong with that group. And then we go into intuition and your inner guidance. And this is another factor in that inner power within yourself. It really is listening to those things that are coming up. And that's connected too with like the authenticity, where when you are listening to those guidance, those things within you, you are being authentic and you are being real. And so it's really stepping into listening to those voices, that guidance within you. And when I say listening to the voices, it's not like I'm hearing evil voices going, you should go out and do these evil things, because that is not what your intuition or your inner guidance is going to give you. Your inner guidance is going to give you support and love, and if it is coming in as a negative tilt or negative light, that's your ego. That's the ego going, oh, I want to do this for these reasons and purposes, where the inner guidance and the intuition is supportive and loving and really is creating a better life for you. So as you listen to those things, you're really stepping into hearing and being in a better place in yourself. So continuing on this list of inner power and what contributes to it, there's also mental clarity and focus. So that is really getting a focus in yourself of knowing the direction you're going, this path that you're going on, knowing the goals. And when I say knowing, you might not fully have and like XYZ steps ahead, but you are going in a direction and you have a focus and you have a clarity and being able to problem solve and being able to work through situations. And say, again, stepping into this idea of having the inner power, when you have clarity or when you have these skills within you, it does give you an inner power as well. Along the same lines, there is then also courage and determination. And when I say along the same lines, it's like if you're on this path going towards a goal and you get to a place where fears come up and things, you're like, I don't know if I can do this. I don't know about this. You sit with it or work through it, and you still have a determination of like, this goal is really what I want to go towards. This is something that I really want in my life for me. And an example of this is when I started years ago in visual effects, and I was terrified. I was moving to Los Angeles. I here I'd come from the middle part of the States in Oklahoma. And I was moving to Los Angeles for the first time, and I was terrified in moving there. But my excitement outweighed the fears. The excitement of being able to work on films and do visual effects and be creative, like all these things in me, completely outweighed the fears. So I was able to still go forward with it. And I had this determination of, this is what I want. And I wasn't allowing those fears. I don't even remember. Like, I had fears, and I know I did. I was nervous about it, but it's like it didn't even come into my thoughts. Which, interestingly, I still have fears come up around different things. But in that case, my excitement and that determination and drive for it really outweighed those fears that I had. So again, coming back to the inner power with that, is that was a strength inside of me and a power inside of me that I was able to call on because of that excitement, because of what it was that I knew was really right for me. So an inner power as well can be around this self-discipline or control. And when I say control, I'm not saying control as in you have to control every single way of how this is going. Because when I say that, it's then kind of losing the intuition and guidance. So if you're in control and have to be and maintain a certain level of control of everything and knowing all the steps and everything along the way, then you're not really listening to this guidance that is coming in. So with this self-discipline and control, it's more about continuing to progress forward towards the things that you want. And that could also be with the determination and, stepping towards the things and knowing that you are progressing. But when I talk about it in this way of inner power, is that you are taking charge of yourself, that you are really stepping into something within yourself and knowing it and having that power within you of, this is what is right for me. This is what I'm going towards. And then there is compassion and empathy. And when I talk about this as the inner power, contributing to your inner power, is how are you connecting with others, with that community around you, and contributing with the community. And if you're coming from a compassionate place, if you're coming from empathy, how is that inner power coming through? Like if you have a warmth or a caring behind you versus like an ego kind of attitude, they are going to come across to people in different ways. But if you have a real knowing inside of you and you're coming from this strength inside of you of compassion, caring, giving, kindness, whatever it is there, that will come through, and that is also portrayed in your power, and that is also what then comes through to the people around you. So this week I will also go into other aspects around inner power and connecting with it in our bodies and really feeling it within ourselves. So do hit that like, share, and subscribe button and you'll get the videos continuing this week. And as well, over on my Patreon page, there is a link in the dialog box below. I go further into really connecting into things in our body, like really feeling it, sensing it, but this gives you more of a wealth in yourself, like more of a knowing in yourself of who you are and really connecting to that truth within you. So again, do check that out. That's in the dialog box below. And thank you for joining me. And again, if you are enjoying these videos, do hit that like, share, and subscribe button. And thank you. I'll see you in the next video.